All the things that we naturally take for granted, the benefit of all the laws, protection from violence, people prosecuted if they do something to us. If you're not a citizen, then you can't take advantage of those.
Interesting thing is that when black people were not citizens, when we were slaves, we were far more protected because we were property. That's what people seem to not understand. Slave owners were business owners. They protected their property. There are some slave owners that did not protect their property, that abused their property. Yes, that did happen. But overall, slave owners protected their property. People don't seem to understand this. They don't want to understand this. They just believe the negativity surrounding black people because bigot, racist people are ones that are dictating the information about black people. And if you listen to what they say, basically black people or Africans didn't do much of anything in history. So what makes you think that they're going to tell the truth about slavery if they're already lying about African history and culture? Do you understand? Slave owners were business owners. They protected their property. So the patty rollers or the police back then, yes, they were there to stop rebellions. They were there to also, capture slaves, but they were also there to protect slaves. So if there was a whole bunch of lynching, a whole bunch of attacks against black people, they would stop that immediately and bring those people to justice because they are damaging or destroying the slave owner's property. The slave owners would want to rectify that immediately. And they weren't even citizens then. All of a sudden, when we become citizens, that is when we start getting attacked. They started attacking us like crazy, and there was hardly any justice for us. Do you understand that? All the lynchings all over the place, all the attacks on black communities, our churches, our schools, they were doing all these nasty things to us, but very little justice, and we were free. But under slavery, they couldn't do that because they know there would be repercussions. I keep on saying, if Black Wall Street was a slave plantation, all those Caucasians would have been rounded up and executed because they destroyed a massive amount of property. But it was under the free system, so they didn't get in trouble. See what I'm saying? So actually, being a citizen was horrible. But under the 14th Amendment, they're supposed to respect us. We're supposed to, treat us fairly under the law. But they didn't because their system was manipulative. Under the slave system, it was far more humane, which is why the slave owners said that actually black people were doing very well under slavery, as opposed to the free system. And they would complain about Northerners and their behavior towards their own people, and especially black people. But nobody listens because the narrative is coming from the North.